Hello, families. I wonder if you ever play this game in your family. We have somebody who loves this game. They hide around the corner, and whenever they hear someone coming, they'll jump out and they'll go boo and see if they can make them jump out their skin. Sometimes there are tears. Sometimes there's laughter. Sometimes there's people getting cross. But it's a game we play. I wonder if it's a game you play. Our story today in the Bible, which is a bit of a tricky one again, isn't it? It's a little bit like that. It's a little bit like Jesus saying, get ready for the boo. Because the first question that Jesus has asked in our story by the Pharisees is basically saying, where is this kingdom of yours? Where is this kingdom? And Jesus says to them, look, don't go looking for it. You can't see it. It's not like a great big castle. It's not that you can find my kingdom and go, oh, there it is, with the great big walls and the turrets and the soldiers outside. No, that's not what Jesus' kingdom is like. Jesus' kingdom is within people. It's when people obey him and serve him. Is that you? Are you serving King Jesus now? I wonder. But then he goes on to tell his followers something even stranger. Did you notice he talks about a couple of Old Testament stories? Maybe you know the Old Testament stories. There's one of Sodom and Gomorrah, but there's also one of Noah. Now, do you know the story of Noah? Do you remember that Noah was building a big boat, bigger than this one? And he was going to put lots of animals in it. Why? Well, because God was going to send a flood, a judgment, and he was going to rescue Noah from that judgment. And nobody else believed that this flood was coming. And just before the flood came, there were people eating and drinking together and partying and getting married and doing all kinds of normal things. And then the flood came. And only Noah was safe. It was very sudden. It was like going boo. And Jesus says, when he comes in his kingdom, when King Jesus returns and the whole world sees that he's the king, it'll be like that game of boo. People won't be expecting it. They'll be going about their business. They'll be eating and drinking and maybe even going out for dinner at restaurants. Who knows by then? And Jesus will suddenly come. And so he says, look, make sure that you are serving King Jesus now. Not in a big castle, but in your lives. Because one day he's going to come back like a big game of boo. And he's going to come back for those people who are loving and serving him. Is that you? We want to chat together now as a family. And ask yourselves, how do we know that we're serving King Jesus now? How do we know that we'll be ready for that big game of boo?